40 acts of guns, and tonight they say the streets of the borough are a bit safer because they are off of them.
18 guns, including one ghost gun, police say, belong to these 20 young men ranging in age from to 23. According to the Bronx District Attorney and the NYPD's Chief of Detectives and Commander of the Suppression Division, all were part of the G-Side Drilly gang.
What's her name? It was winter. But she dissed me and I never dissed her. Just might tell Kendall to clip her, but when I come on, I may want to hit her.
So he dissed me and I never did. No, you dumbass nigga. I said say Drilly. Both y'all could. Nobody said her name. Like, I don't even know you. But I did say your name after you dissed me, moron.
Hey, yo, squad, what's the drill? Back with another video, man. You know the Bronx drill scene is on a steady decline because dudes can't seem to stay out of trouble. The genre has turned into beef and self-snitching, and rappers are getting taken down like they was Christmas lights in January. The man they call the godfather of Bronx drill, Spazz Drilly, and his partner Lee Drilly are no exceptions. The feds was dropping charges like there was no tomorrow, and it's not looking good, but bros still thugging behind bars and on the internet popping with the gang and getting entangled in beef. You think that their life will calm down, but their life behind bars is just as wild. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. When you think of Bronx drill, the names that come to mind are K-Flock, Shy E.K., Sleepy Hollow, D-Thang, 22 G's, and Chef G in them. But there goes a rapper by the name of Spazz Drilly who's been given the credit for starting the Bronx drill wave. He's the spitter and hood savage that started his own clique, Drilly Gang, and he was outside with the movement. With songs like Bunny Hop and Op Spotter, Spazz was out of there and blowing up. A life away from the streets looked possible, but the music just poured gasoline on the already burning flames, and the cops were more than happy to put out the fire. August 12, 2020, they ran down on Taboo Harris, a.k.a. Spazz Drilly, and slapped on the cuffs along with his mans, Richard Santiago, Nasir Carter, and True Bell. He was charged for the hit of James Rivera. The homicide happened months before, on July 20th, 2020. Reports state that police were called to 3340 Decatur Avenue between East 209th Street and East Gun Hill Road in the Norwood area of the Bronx at 11:44 p.m. on Monday, July 20th. Upon the arrival, officers discovered a 24-year-old male unresponsive and unconscious in front of the 5-story building at the reported location. NYPD said he had suffered at least one gunshot wound to the back and was rushed to Montefiore Hospital on East Gun Hill Road where he succumbed to his injuries. He was identified as 24-year-old James Rivera of East 209th Street in Norwood. The crime scene was so riddled with bullets that investigators ran out of markers for the shell casings. Eyewitnesses would state that James was verbally into it with 3 men before he dipped and was allegedly hit in the back while running when the shooters skedaddled on foot. Other eyewitnesses state that Rivera was busting back while folks in them was trying to take him out. And another eyewitness claims that dudes was trying to rob Rivera when he upped the pole and fired 3 shots, and that's when dudes murked him. Seems like residents were fed up and was ready to give info. And that info led them right to the trail of Spazz Drilly, who they charged for the hit and criminal possession of a weapon. The timer was on. The charges ain't no joke. Spazz was now in the pen with a long road ahead of him in the fight for his freedom. But NY officers wasn't done cooking just yet. They wanted his mans in them too while he was in the box. Lee Drilly was with him through his come up in the rap game. According to him, he witnessed Spazz create the Bronx.
Recently, and for no reason at all, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices.
Up in the rap game. According to him, he witnessed Spazz create the Bronx drill wave, and although dudes like D-Thang and K-Flock made it popular, it was Spazz who started it all.
D-Thang made drill rap lit, but Spazz started that lit.
Yeah, kicked the door down.
Like, for me, Ron Sudo was the first one to get lit off of it. D-Thang was the first one to make it lit. You could say K-Flock made it the littest.
Yeah.
But Spazz, he started.
Yeah.
Nobody was.
With his homie behind bars, Lee Drilly finally took up the mic like Spazz always wanted him to, and he was doing his thing, carrying the torch for Drilly Gang.
He wanted me to rap even when he was rapping. I just didn't. I feel like if he was home right now, he'd be the best duo. That's really my brother. Really got years in it. Like,
yeah.
For me,
So he give me tape that he do. So fine. Feel me? Got you. You know, you mentioned before that when he got locked up, you had to hold it down.
Carry it, he did. Lee Drilly came out pulling no punches with the hardcore banger Final Destination, and it seems like he was taking the same path as Spazz, because bro was dissing every op that came to mind. With Lee,
When you gon' learn your lesson, you gon' be with your death, make a soul to heaven.
even though his name was starting to buzz, he ain't switch on his mans, and he dropped part 1 and part 2 of Free Spazz. Lee Drilly kept contact with Spazz, FaceTiming him in jail, keeping his spirits up. Little did bro know, he was about to join his partner in a minute. From prison, Spazz Drilly always tried to tell him to stay focused on the music and keep in the stew so he won't get caught up in the trouble. But Lee Drilly was known as the Demon Child, so Trouble was bro middle name.
You bringing up that he's your brother and all that, do y'all speak? And
All the time.
Often?
He tell me all the time.
That's what's up.
Tell me all the time. Yo, don't do dumb.
Yeah.
Stay in the stool. Make videos. We did all that already. Like, for real.
April 7th, 2022, all hell broke loose. The NYPD News Twitter page posted a picture with agents standing in front of a table full of firearms with the caption reading, "Indictment of 20 alleged G-Side Drilly gang members for crimes." Soon the names of those wrapped up in the indictment was posted. Both Taboo Harris, a.k.a. Spazz Drilly, and Ali Doby, a.k.a. Lee Drilly, were in there present and accounted for. From there, it was like a domino effect across news stations. The law brought down the hammer and brought it down hard. Pause.
A gang takedown leaves 20 accused members behind bars. Bronx prosecutors and police say that they are linked to more than 30 accidents, and tonight they say the streets of the borough are a bit safer because they are off of them.
18 guns, including one ghost gun, police say, belong to these 20 young men ranging in age 18 to 23. According to the Bronx District Attorney and the NYPD's Chief of Detectives and Commander of Depression Division, all were part of the G-Side Drilly gang.
The 10-month operation was gathering evidence that dated back as far as 2018, and the Drilly gang was labeled as the ones causing mad chaos.
This 10-month operation looked into crime in the neighborhoods of Fordham and Bedford Park dating back to 2018. The defendants are believed to be members of the G-Side Drilly gang.
They had footage right down to a Bronx barbershop shooting in October 2021. The evidence of innocent bystanders being hit by straight fire to time the Drilly gang to the homicide of the infamous shooting of Delilah. Spazz Drilly and Lee Drilly was now based in reality, and if the case goes as the law intends, them boys is in there for a long time, that's for sure. The stack of charges, including serious offenses like hit, manslaughter, and conspiracy. Lee Drilly would make his appearance in court, and off the behind bars he went. The judge nearly sent his partner in there with him when she caught bro filming inside the court, talk about, "I love you, bro."
I love you, bro. All right.
At this point, it will be a good time for anyone to say, "Let me chill and keep up a good image while I fight for my freedom." But nope, not the Drillies. It's Drilly gang or nothing. Both Spazz Drilly and Lee Drilly been keeping it thugging from behind bars and somehow getting in beefs with people on the outside. Another Drilly member, Say Drilly, will pop out on his IG and posted his story saying that he's the top Drilly and went on to diss Spazz personally, calling bro a nobody and shouting out Lee Drilly and the rest of his guys. Seems soon as the Drilly honcho got locked up, things started falling apart. For whatever reason, behind the scenes, him and Say Drilly wasn't seeing eye to eye. Spazz wasn't going to let no case over his head stop him from talking on the game, and he started on his IG and responded to Say Drilly stripping bro all his Drilly rank and apparently kicking him out of the crew right then and there. Spazz wasn't going to let nobody talk down and try to little boy him, but given the situation, speaking on Drilly affiliations really the smartest move when you facing a body and then got an indictment with a whole bunch of other charges in an operation called Drilly Takedown. Priorities, bruh. Priorities. Them shenanigans may come back to bite him at trial, but that's the life that these dudes live. Him and Lee Drilly really hood bros, because he was no different in the decision making. One moment, Spazz is going at it with Say Drilly. Next moment, Lee Drilly dropping a jail freestyle talking about bodies and Drillies and ops and putting the beam on the strap and dissing the Bronx shorty named Winter the Brat. Like, dang, bruh, you really gonna post all that online while the law has your life under a microscope, my boy? The feds probably just scrolling through the gram, taking notes and smiling. What's done was done, and went to the Brad, said she's standing on business and shot back with some bars aimed at Lee Drilly head. Lee Drilly will respond to went to the Brad and address her bars, referring to him copping pleas after dissing her. Went to the Brad will respond on her IG story and then follow that up with a video where she addressed Lee Drilly directly, calling him Cap and pushing back, saying he FaceTimed her and said what he said right next to her mans that's locked with him.
The reason I put Lee Jen on a license plate Lamborghini is because the fastest way that I found to 6 figures a month and 7 figures a year in revenue. I do it all working from home as a one-employee company. I've helped Conrad generate his first 6-figure month. I've helped Carlos generate his first 7-figure month. Absolutely amazing. I've helped other people either just make money or become their own boss. What's even better than that, my business partner, an original shark from the TV show Shark Tank, a $400+ million brand. He did 8 months of due diligence on me. 8 months. So if you're worried, hey, is this legit? Is this some sort of weird thing going on? This is all legit.
I'm there and said what he said right next to her mans that's locked with him.
You ain't FaceTime me from the cell talking about some. You not smoking my mans, and you not Mitchell's K, right next to my mans who's booked. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Caught in the winter, she ain't start the beef. She said something directed to say Drilly and not him, but he needed to focus on his case because he ain't getting out.
So he dissed me and I never know, dumbass nigga. I said say Drilly. Both of y'all, cause nobody said your name. Like, I don't even know you. But I did say your name after you dissed me, moron. Get out that cell and get off my... What we're not going to do is start mentioning me and trying to get my attention at this point. You commenting on my post, you being weird, and it's like obsessive. First, you diss me first, moron. Nobody said your name. I mentioned Say Drilly, and I should have never mentioned his little bum ass. Because now y'all confusing. Y'all Drilly niggas is silly. Change it to Lee Silly. Like, come on.
Since then, they've been keeping it hush, which is probably the best for Lee Drilly because he has bigger fish to fry. On June 27th, Lee Drilly caught another indictment while on charges for the Drilly indictment. The report reads, 12 charged with operating an open illegal substance market inside a Bronx apartment building and carrying firearms. Ali Doby, a.k.a. Lee Drilly, was really out there with the work, allegedly. The reports allege that Bro and them had a lobby and multiple apartments of an apartment building in the Bronx on lock, turning that building into an open market for dope and other illegal substances and denying residents, including families with children, safe access to their homes. Lee Drilly now had to deal with the additional charge of being a member of a trafficking organization that distributed in the Bronx, including from inside 2685 Valentine Avenue from March 2019 through June 2022. Boys in Blue really wasn't out here playing with the Drillies, and they was really trying to take them out. But what do you expect when them boys was sitting here channeling the beef and alleged crimes through songs? Them same songs was used against them as evidence in the indictment that got them jammed up now.
Cops tell us many of the alleged gang members are rappers in the drill music scene who challenge their rivals in their lyrics.
If you YouTube some of their videos, you can see that they call people out directly. They make fun of incidents, individuals that have perished.
Lee Drilly has been still trying to keep his music buzz going, dropping pre-recorded tracks like the Missy Elliott sample Freak On. The song is filled with shots towards his ops, talking about his body and sending shots at the Blicky gang. His latest song, a music video uploaded to his YouTube, is entitled Demon Child. It still got the same energy in the song that got him indicted. Outside of official music releases, Lee Drilly would drop updated pics of the kid behind bars, and both him and Spazz Drilly have been dropping separate freestyles from jail cells, doing their best to keep their career breathing. Both him and Spazz Drilly still unsure about their fate. They've been popping up on videos with other Drillies locked in the can.
Somebody that's not good.
It may come back to haunt them, mainly Lee Drilly, because on the live, he was on the phone and it was wild. Some dudes were smoking, flashing gang signs, and even flashing shanks. At this point, they're their own worst enemies, and it's sad that they ain't realized it yet and just chill out. Bronx drill can't catch a break, but drill rappers are partly to blame for how they moving. Nobody learning from the last man. Everybody going down the same path. Now Spazz and Lee Drilly got hell to face over how they stacking charges on them boys. They could be put away for good. Time will tell how life behind bars for them is gonna go and how the case is gonna end up. But judging by how Lee Drilly last freestyle was talking about somebody telling, the stakes are even higher. So all they can do now, stay smart,